What is Ireland's climate? The climate of Ireland is mild, moist, and changeable with abundant rainfall and a lack of temperature extremes. January and February are the coldest months. The climate in the world recently is changing according to news headlines everywhere. Glaciers from around the world are retreating and melting in the Alps, Himalayas, Mount Kilimanjaro, and Antarctica. Due to this, global sea levels rose about 8 inches last century. In the last 2 decades, though, the rate is nearly double that, according to scientist Aris Naram. The main contributors we know of are carbon dioxide and methane in the ozone layer. The temperatures have been increased by about 0.9 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century, according to the Climate Research Unit in the UK. UV rays of the sun have been penetrating the ozone layer. Through this, we see that the amounts of heat have been more plentiful. This leads to ice caps melting and sea levels rising, as explained earlier. This climate change has been most recognized in areas such as Antarctica, Alps, mountainous areas, and heated countries like Australia, as if it wasn't already warm enough to begin with. Satellites have been very useful in seeing the effects of global warming and climate change. We can clearly see the change in size in the satellite picture. This shows how extreme the climate change is getting. Here are a few other examples of glaciers melting. The Solar Dynamic Observatory absorbs the sun and tells us that there was no net increase in the sun's output, while at the same time global temperatures have increased. This shows us that the problem is what we are doing on Earth and how we are affecting the Earth's future. So, how can we change? We cannot undo our inputs in the air, but we can most definitely reduce the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Everyone can do their part. Take the bus, carry as much people in a car as possible, cycle. It's possible. The effects on our world today is destroying habitats and maybe even future generations on Earth. Maybe in another 25 years there will be no ice caps left and sea levels will have taken more islands than land. Let's hope we can not see that happening. Let's hope that Ireland's climate won't turn into scorching hot summers where you can't go out, or Canadian winters where you don't even know what the sky looks like most of the time. Let's face it, everything was fine before humans found out what petrol was.